texting instead of talking. It's not just kids, it's adults. People in offices do it too. According to a new study, 55% of office workers use technology to avoid conflict. Think of those snarky messages instead of a face-to-face confrontation. Maybe that would be easier, right? But does it hurt job environments? Good question. Dan Schawbel is an author of the book Back to Human and is research and director of Future Workplace. So he is an expert on all of this. He's going to shed some light on this. Dan joins us from New York. Good morning, Dan.
So happy to be here with you, Cheyenne.
I know you are. So does using technology like this, do you think it poses a problem? If so, why do you figure?
Technology is a double-edged sword. When we interviewed over 1,200 managers and employees with Randstad, what we found was people are using technology to try and deal with work conflicts instead of picking up the phone or having an in-person conversation, which is, of course, more effective. In fact, if you constantly are using the technology, it can make the problem worse because there's a lack of understanding and people could take things the wrong way.
So back in the day, you had to go knock on someone's door, pick up the phone and talk to them, maybe even face-to-face. Do you think this is a cop-out? Use an email or maybe a text?
I think it's a cop-out, and what we also found was about half of Gen Z's text during a business meeting, and that's twice that of baby boomers. So it is a generational thing.
And what about electronic devices? You know, they're good for a lot of things, but are they a distraction at work?
I think they can be good and bad. They can bring us closer together and allow us to collaborate. But if we overuse or misuse these technology devices, it can create confusion, it can make us feel more isolated and lonely, and make the workplace very dysfunctional.
So how do we determine, what do you think is appropriate to respond by text and email versus, knocking on the door and doing it face-to-face? How do we decipher which is which?
If it's a work conflict, if you're not getting along with someone, it makes sense to do it face-to-face or even pick up the phone. But, there's a great test. If you're sending so many different emails back and forth and no one has taken any action on this email, it means that there's been a miscommunication and you might want to pick up the phone. So a Harvard Business Review study found that one face-to-face interaction is more effective than 34 emails back and forth.
I think it's definitely a way people use that passive-aggressive behavior when they send an email or a text sometimes too. And sometimes you send something and you don't mean something, and then the person takes it the wrong way and you've got to go correct it. So sometimes just getting up and walking or picking up the phone and having a good old-fashioned conversation with the person will work out better in the end. Dan Schawbel, thank you so much, Research Director of Future Workplace. Thanks for your expertise.
Thank you.